Hey guys, Paul Shire, JoBlo.com here with Sean Wist, and we just got out of the Paramount presentation here at CinemaCon. Lots to talk about. There was quite a bit of shit that they showed.
There was quite a bit of shit, but we'll get to Transformers in a minute.
Okay, so first off, was it Baywatch?
Baywatch. Yeah, big presentation for Baywatch. They brought up like half-naked people on the stage to dance and shit. Of course, Dwayne Johnson came out, always charismatic, always great with these sorts of events. So it's always fun to see him do his thing.
Yeah, they showed a new trailer, like a really long.
It wasn't Green Band, it wasn't Red Band, it was Fuchsia Band,
which was what is it?
Fucking insane or something.
Fucking something. With the U.
Vegas,
fucking
baby.
Unbelievable. I believe that's what it was. But
yeah,
anyways, it was just like a really, really, really long trailer, and honestly, I laughed throughout. I think it looks really fun.
You know, I'll say this. The trailer didn't sell me, the trailers we've seen this far, but they showed kind of an extended scene where they're in the morgue. And basically, Dwayne gets Zac Efron to kind of check some dead guy's balls.
Check the taint.
And it was actually kind of a genius scene. I really liked it.
I don't even want to spoil it. Somebody will spoil it somewhere. But it is genuinely funny. And they take it to...
It's cute.
So,
like
I know you've seen a little bit of the trailer that they just put out, but you haven't seen the whole thing.
Yeah, a part of me feels like they're trying a little too hard with this one, but it has potential. You know, maybe, we'll see.
And Dwayne Johnson did say they're trying to do a thing with theaters where they have a promotion to like really, really push tickets, and he says he wants this to be the biggest R-rated comedy of all time. Anyways, sequel to
Inconvenient sequel, Truth Be Told, Truth and Power.
Came on stage.
Al Gore movie.
Environment is important.
Yes. Okay.
So they also announced the date for Darren Aronofsky's Mother with Jennifer Lawrence, which is October 13th of this year.
Right before my birthday, so I'll consider it a gift to me. Thanks.
And then also Daddy's Home 2, the sequel with Mel Gibson and John Lithgow joining Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. That should be fun. Mel Gibson's awesome. I love Mel Gibson. I love John Lithgow.
I think he's gonna have a lot of fun with that role. He's got to, right?
Honestly, I mean that's. Hopefully they'll go all out with it. Anyways,
I hope he says "Daddy's Home" at some point in the movie.
I'm Mel Gibson. I'm home.
I'll kill you all. I sound like a ghost.
That was for Chris Bumper.
Love you, Chris. A Cloverfield movie.
Cloverfield movie
sequel.
It's coming. That's it. So we saw a trailer for Annihilation, which is the new film written and directed by Alex Garland, who he also wrote Sunshine, wrote 28 Days Later.
Directed Ex Machina.
Wrote and directed Ex Machina. And I would say, for me, out of everything that we saw today at Paramount, Annihilation is absolutely the one that has me the most excited out of anything on Paramount slate.
There was so much imagery packed inside this trailer of sorts. I mean, as far as the story goes, Natalie Portman's, I guess, husband or boyfriend.
Natalie, she's his husband?
No, I said Natalie Portman's husband.
Oh, I thought you said Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman is his husband.
Is his husband. That's the twist. Spoiled. No, her husband. See, now you fucked me up. Her husband, played by Oscar Isaac, is missing for a year.
Tits.
and I'm Ron Burgundy.
Tits McGee is on vacation.
But basically, he's missing for a year. He comes back. He was involved with something.
He's like it seems like he was a soldier because he was like your
unit Pakistan again. You know, she asked. So
Oscar Isaac comes home. He's very just kind of like shell shocked, it seems. And anyways, he's talking to her, and it's just like feels like it's not even him. And then he basically takes a drink of water. There's blood in it, and then he's
sick.
Next time we see him, they're in an ambulance. They're driving, and these government spooks come. They take him. And they knock her out, and the next time we see her, she's in an orange jumpsuit in a room, and Jennifer Jason Leigh comes out very businessy and very cold, and basically explains to Natalie Portman that her husband went to this place, this region. They don't know if it's religious. They don't know if it's
what's going
alien.
on.
They don't know what it is, but it's basically just this area on Earth that they can't describe, and they've been sending people.
Special properties,
nobody comes
if you
back. Exactly. So Oscar Isaac is the only one that has come back. And Natalie Portman is like, I have to go. I have to see this.
The rest of the trailer is like this group journeying out to this area, and there's so much packed in these quick cuts. Like there's a really cool shot of Natalie Portman firing off an assault rifle.
She looks really intense. She's Natalie Portman.
Yeah, it looked pretty badass. I hope that still is released sometime soon. I remember at one point somebody had leaves or vines growing out of their veins on their arm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It almost looked like the fountain. It reminded me of the fountain a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, as far as the imagery, walking and the design of it, it was dense. There was just a lot to take in.
Yeah.
You know.
In the end, when it was over, I was like, man, if we could watch another thing from this presentation, I would want to watch.
I couldn't
trailer.
copy notes fast enough to
Yeah,
tell
there's
you
just
what
way too
we
much
saw.
stuff. But I look forward to you guys being able to see it. I think everybody's going to be buzzing about Annihilation when they're finally able to get a peek at it. So definitely want to put on your calendar and on your radar. George Clooney and Matt Damon came out on stage and they started chatting for a bit, kind of just
shooting the
riffing.
shit.
Hey,
And
we're in Vegas.
obviously they
Remember
get
we did
along really
Ocean's
well
11?
and shit.
He was here to basically showcase Suburbicon, which is his new film, which is based on a script by Joel and Ethan Cohen. And they showed it seemed like an extended clip with a trailer.
Yeah.
And it seemed very much like
Coen Brothers,
a Coen
to be
Brothers
honest.
movie. George Clooney, I mean, I'm sure he did a fine job, but it looks like a Coen Brothers movie, and that's not a bad thing at all. It's got that weird, quirky, like there's murder, there's mystery, there's blood, there's comedy, there's all of it. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised by
We'll
that.
see. Yeah, I definitely want to see a trailer, like an officially cut trailer, just to see how they push
Yeah.
it, kind of.
In truth, honestly, like nothing Clooney has really directed has like knocked my socks off. He can get the job done, but this is
No,
probably
they're still on.
This is probably the first.
I can't
one
tell.
I've
He's
seen.
wearing shoes. That's
right.
silly.
So next up, we had a quick bit on Mission Impossible 6, basically
Bum, 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 bum.
light the fuse. Basically, they just kind of covered a lot of stuff that we already know, but then a lot of stuff we don't. Probably the most notable stuff, one is that Alec Baldwin is returning, and also Sean Harris is returning.
Yeah,
He was the villain in the last one.
A big chunk of the cast from Rogue Nation. So it's almost like this is the kind of first like real sequel.
Yeah. Real
we might
true
get.
follow-on after the last film. So a little more episodic in that sense, where it's actually following,
Yeah, it makes
the last
sense
story.
given the same director too. So that'd
Right.
be kind of cool if they go that direction.
One noticeable absence that they didn't show up on the screen was
Hawkeye.
Jeremy Renner. So apparently Renner may not be back. Either he hasn't closed the deal or he's just not coming back for this one. Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames were also mentioned as coming back.
Rebecca Ferguson.
So fans of Jackass, you guys will be happy to know that Johnny Knoxville is making another movie.
So Action Point, Johnny Knoxville.
Action Point with Johnny Knoxville.
They did a promotional clip just for CinemaCon where it almost looked like basically Jackass, but he's in this like funky theme park. So I put like Jackass meets Adventureland almost or
it's
something.
like a Jackass theme park.
Exactly.
It's like all kinds of like people just doing shit that you probably shouldn't be doing at a theme park.
Yeah, horrible rides you would get named on.
Basically, Johnny Knoxville gets knocked down, and apparently he was truly knocked out for 2 minutes after that sequence. And he gets up and says hello. And I honestly thought it was a preview for another Jackass movie, but it's I guess an actual movie called Action Point, and I have no idea what that it's about. But there's a theme park, and it's Johnny Knoxville, and he's getting knocked out. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Next up, they came out. They talked a little bit about their kids slate, the animated features. They really trumped up Nickelodeon.
Yeah, they got big partnership going on,
Yeah,
starting with this animated flick, Amusement Park?
Amusement Park.
There we go. I only heard it like 5 seconds ago. Which is actually kind of a cool concept. This girl who, as a child, she wanted to design theme parks. I can do words well. And because magic, her theme park comes alive in like a forest somewhere, secluded. And it looks crazy, like rides that would never ever be safe for anyone to ride. But
Yes.
Apparently, after the movie is released, they're going to immediately spin it off into a show on Nickelodeon.
So big plans. It actually looks really good. Honestly, it kind of reminded me of a more like a deeper thematic Pixar type film because it does. I mean, without spoiling things, but once you see the trailer, you're spoiled anyways. But I mean, there definitely looks like there's some bigger themes. It's not just hey, this is a kid's imagination come to life thing. There's actually more to it. So it's a deeper story, which is good. I mean, the truth is, there's too many of these like animated movies coming out, and I hate to use the Emoji Movie, but that's an example where it's kind of just the same old life lesson shit that you're seeing again and again and again.
Yeah,
And they're afraid
just
to
take something
venture-
current instead of writing like an actual story.
Right,
or
where they're just trying
something.
to teach. It's like reteaching the same old lessons over and over again.
Be
and this
good.
is-
Be
this feels like
good.
it's going somewhere into
Ouch.
deeper territory.
Ouch.
So weird. So next we saw something that was really unexpected. I mean, I knew it was in production. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know enough about it to really know what to expect. Alexander Payne's Downsizing with Matt Damon and Kristen Wiig, and it was crazy.
It's
and cool.
quirkier
and,
than you've ever seen Alexander Payne, because usually
and that's
it's
saying something. 'Cause
he's like very dramatic, a little bit of quirk in there, but this is him like full tilt. And I'll be honest, like this entire it wasn't a trailer. It was just kind of this extended preview. I had a smile on my face the entire time because it just worked. It was funny without having to make jokes all the time, but just the process of the concept, if you're not familiar, is basically we have the technology to shrink people down so they can use less resources.
And basically they can have like a mansion, they can have like all this wealth
like
because they're
a toy house is a mansion
5 inches
to you,
tall.
you know. And you get to see that process. It's actually kind of fascinating and funny, you know, and there's some realism to it almost.
Yeah,
you know, it feels legitimate, you know.
It's like approaching it as if it is a really true real thing, but also in Alexander Payne's like kind of quirky, strange style.
Yeah,
they're showing like basically they're prepping these people to be shrunk. And that process is just they're shaving them, they're draining them of fluids.
Any fake teeth, or
they pull all their teeth and give them fake teeth after they're shrunk down. Like a lot of thought went into this shrinking.
And you're
down
like
process.
watching, like just fascinated, like, I guess that would have to be done, you know.
And I'm sure there's some deeper, like kind of social, lessons, and it's probably like a morality tale of some type in terms of like, what are you doing with your wealth? What would you do to like have everything yet be tiny?
Oh yeah, Neil Patrick Harris was there. He had a bit role, talking up.
He's like the he's like the
salesperson, and he did really well too. It was fun.
Anyways, Downsizing looks pretty amazing. It's strange. It's weird. It's got this like kind of a sci-fi element to it, and it's Alexander Payne, unlike we've ever seen him before, but still well within what we expect from an Alexander Payne movie. So,
yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. I really can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
actually.
Between Downsizing and Annihilation, definitely.
They should double feature that. Yeah. Annihilation and then Downsizing.
That would be a good double feature. So now we're gonna talk Transformers.
Robots in disguise.
Last night.
Not really anymore.
Listen.
They brought the cast out on stage. They talked for a bit, whatever.
If you've seen a Transformers movie, which I know you have, well, there's another one, and it's called Transformers, and it's going to have everything that you saw in the last ones. For better or for worse. I wish I could tell you that this is
something really different. No, and they showed us. We wouldn't even bother describing what they showed us because it's exactly the same of what you've seen. And furthermore, it was kind of just little odds and ends of scenes, not even completely edited together. Just kind of here's a little bit and here's a little bit and here's a little bit. It's frustrating to watch.
And that's honestly, that's kind of the danger of bringing. It's a risk, and I give that to the studio. You're bringing and showing stuff that isn't finished. It's not in context, so you have to be fair in that regard in what you see. But it was very strange, kind of the scenes that they showed for a Michael Bay Transformers movie. We saw a lot of chit chat. I mean, you get to hear Anthony Hopkins say "dude" and "bitchin' car."
He said "dude."
Isn't really something I need to see to sell me on a Transformers movie because it kind of does the opposite.
And then the screen would go black, and then it would just start up again. It had more fucking endings than Return of the King. It was ridiculous.
I think it would have been better to show just kind of a longer extended trailer rather than kind of just this chopped up.
And for those of you who pointed out the varying aspect ratios in the trailer, if that bothered you, everything we saw was like that, and from my personal standpoint, it bothered the fuck out of me. So
yeah, it's
something I would not see in theaters, despite being shot natively in IMAX 3D. Some scenes,
which I think is cool, and honestly, I probably will see it just for that aspect.
You're a brave man, braver than I.
I am, but again, it just feels like it's going to have all the same problems that to expect at this point with a Michael Bay Transformers movie, and it'll also have the assets, the things that you want to see too. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the full, all-encompassing, rejuvenating experience. And Michael Bay used the word refresh numerous times with this, saying basically this is almost like I hate the fucking word softer reboot, because it's not, but refresh is really...
refresh. That's going to be the new
That's the new
word.
Reboot.
This is a refreshing.
We're just refreshing. Let's just sprinkle some water on it.
Reshitting.
Reshitting.
I know all about that. Whatever that is, I assure you I know all about it.
Anyways, so Transformers: The Last Night, you know what to expect. There's really nothing more we could tell you. And I'm not even going to try to describe the scenes because you would have turned the video off by now if you haven't already. Anyways, so that was the Paramount presentation. A lot of stuff. Again, Annihilation and Downsizing. Those are the ones to watch out for.
Absolutely. They look great.
And next up for us is Disney, so keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll have an article up with some more details on the Paramount as well as this video, so see you on the next one.
See ya.
Later.
Ouch.
Stop
Ouch.
You're still here. It's over. Go home. You expecting Sam Jackson show up with an eye patch and a saucy little leather number? Go.